Hi, good morning. Welcome to this um, basic introduction to supply chain analytics. So, in this session, we will see how actually the importance of analytics in business environment and especially supply chain analytics because everything is driven by the analytics in a digital world. So, to start our session today, uh, basically we uh, to start today's session, introduction to supply chain analytics. We are going to cover something like what is the objective of this course and who are the target audience and what are the major modules covered and how we are going to blend theory and practice. So if you see the course objective, basically we are targeting this course basically the audience who are actually in a supply chain profession already, those who are working in logistics companies, supply chain consulting domain, working in production companies, manufacturing companies, something like working in manufacturing, especially stores, procurement, even accounting functions. So when we design this course, basically the objectives are, one is to make them to understand supply chain basics and understand the supply chain challenges today, because supply chain challenges are now emerging. There is a lot of disruption in supply chains across the world, and we are trying to understand those challenges and problem solving. We will be focusing more on problem solving and optimize the supply chains. You see, not just solving a problem, and we try to optimize on a real-time basis. We try to basically create a solution. So you on a real-time basis you optimize the supply chains, and we try to design a robust supply chains. And last not the least is a risk management, risk mitigation strategy. So we have seen in a recent trend across the world, many companies face this stockouts and delays and order fulfillment. They are lagging in order fulfillment, and there are many things, issues related to inventory, related to customer service. There are many issues. So we try to basically create a framework where we can take the latest these issues and come up with a solution, risk mitigation, a strategy. So these are some of the course objectives we set. And as I said earlier, target audience is supply chain professionals, logistics professionals, business development managers, supply chain solution managers, IT managers, consultants, and subject matter experts. So if you see the supply chain function in organization, it is runs through across various functions. So from product development to procurement to production to logistics to distribution to finance, you name any function, it is directly indirectly connected to supply chain. We will be focusing on this function specific contribution of supply chain, how actually contributing to these functions. We are also trying to cover those topics. So if you see the modules what we cover in this course, basic things about supply chain and role of analytics in supply chain, and we'll be starting second module with the demand forecasting, demand management, We'll be seeing a different demand forecasting modules, demand forecasting models. So it's like a simple, simple tools, and to complicated things like customizing, and when you design demand forecasting models, your objective is to reduce the error, forecast versus actual. So we try to improve the models accuracy using a different, validating different models and choosing the right model for the business requirements. And also in the third module, we focus more on inventory management. The recent trend, there is a lot of change happened in inventory concepts. Just in time was earlier practice. You see many Japanese companies always practice the just in time across the world. Many other companies across the world, they started adopting the Toyota production system, but last 2 to 3 years, the entire supply chain disturbances, basically there are a lot of disruptions happened in supply chain. So the practice of managing those traditional inventory concepts is no more valid. So we need to come up with appropriate inventory concepts to suit the changed business environment. So that we'll be discussing. And the standard standard models, whatever available, like a safety stock concepts, EOQ concepts, and there are many different models are there. Inventory models, we'll be discussing those models, various models, and controlling techniques, inventory controlling techniques. So we try to adapt to the dynamic scenario of business, like different meet the different scenarios, requirements, different sector requirements. We'll try to customize those solutions. So inventory controlling techniques, so we'll be focusing on that. Industry specific techniques we'll be discussing. And customer service, when you manage inventory, when you control the inventory, basically your the direct impact is on customer service. So how to balance this what if scenario, something like how we can optimize the inventory on a real-time basis, we'll be discussing. So the decisions whatever we make on inventory, how it impacts on customer service, how actually impacts the total business. So those things we'll be discussing in the third module. And fourth module is transportation management, and also we can call logistics management. We'll be seeing various models, transportation models, and there are many optimization techniques. So we will be discussing those using a linear programming, how to optimize. There are various techniques like this, shortest route method, and milk route concept, and there are salesman problem. These are some of the models we can discuss, and we can see where this can be applied, and how quickly we can deploy these techniques in a given business scenario. So we'll be seeing that. And then modeling, or logistics related, how the transportation logistics efficiency is contributing to the total supply chain efficiency. So we'll be discussing that, and the contribution of logistics in supply chain total cost also will be discussing. And then we'll be discussing something on a very important core of this course is using the linear programming concepts. We'll try to learn the basics of linear programming, introduction to linear programming. In that module we'll be learning something like basic concepts, and then we'll be using the Excel solver to solve some of the complex problems, and then using something like integer linear programming concepts, how we can use that in a business environment, like strategic decisions like investments related, or choice of things like plant related, warehouse related, location related. These decisions like logistics options, taking these decisions will be basically modeled using the integer linear programming concepts. So we'll be discussing that. And then the supply chain modeling, like we try to build the entire supply chain model and optimize that using linear programming. And then optimizing means we were trying to optimize the total supply chain cost. And so using these concepts like linear programming concepts, integer linear programming concepts, and what if analysis, sensitivity analysis, like decisions, in a dynamic environment, how the different scenarios. So you can use this what if analysis for a decision making. In a dynamic scenario, you can take appropriate decision by seeing those reports. So sensitivity analysis plays a very important role in supply chain management. And then we'll be getting into supply chain AI/ML. So exclusively we'll be focusing on how to use the data, how to use the AI/ML tools to optimize your supply chain. So dashboards, supply chain dashboards, how to create quickly, and some specific segments we can explore this this AI/ML concepts. So something FMCG, different sectors, automobile industry. We will try to customize these things to specific industry needs. And then we'll be in a last module, we'll be focusing more on risk management and performance, supply chain performance related thing. We'll be focusing in the last module. In AI/ML module, we also focus on model building using AI/ML concepts. So many people, after interacting with many people, we understood building from the zero level is very difficult for many managers, working managers. So they want to quickly adopt. To understand those things, we need to understand the basic terminology in supply chain. Because of that, we cover in basics and then getting into quantitative and hands-on, and then we use something called modeling techniques, and then we migrate it to AI/ML. So this migration from the basics to advanced AI/ML should be smooth, and really we can easily understand those very complex problems related to supply chain management. So in overall, this is basically 30 hours program, and we'll be delivering this through Zoom platform. 4 hours per a week we'll be covering this. This course is already proven and delivered to some of the MNCs, consulting firms. We are training MNC top companies in the country through online, and take advantage of this. And we'll be having frequently once in a 15 days problem solving sessions on Sunday or Saturday, 1 to 2 hours exclusively hand holding sessions with the participants. So everything is available. This entire course is available on LMS, Learning Management System, online. So you can access those cases, you can access those assignments, you can access those sessions, video sessions, and you can write to us anytime if you need any clarification. You can contact us. With this overview, I just stop here. If you are having any questions, please write to us info@ipqc.in, or you can call our number 63608 48313, or visit www.ipqc.in. This course is listed on our training program training calendar, and you can enroll through that, or you can just send a mail. So we'll do the things for you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.